And right back, they go to the Batrider.
Radiant's pick.
It's not the hero I would have wanted for them in the elimination. However, a Silencer is a hero that I am kind of bad, but at least it's a hero that hasn't been seen yet.
It's a little different, and I think given the current rate of, or current state of IGV, we just want to see something different, right? We don't want them to go out like, I don't know, what's that team that did a TI4 finals? Vici just did the same strat over and over and just got wrecked.
Though I couldn't even really tell what the IG Vitality strat was for either of the first two games, whereas in NewBee it was a very clear Drow Ranger lineup in game one. They just needed to make sure that Drow Ranger didn't get rolled in the early game, which happened. Like it was very easy to keep her protected, and they won in like 30 minutes. In game two, they wanted to make sure that the Juggernaut was able to get farm, and they were just going to start 5-manning, and that happened again very cleanly in game two. IG Vitality does not seem to have as clear strategies after these drafts end.
Or if those strategies, if they had clear strategies, we were unable to see it because
Right.
NewBee had such a dominating early game. Although we started to see some weakness in NewBee earlier. Remember when SC got randomly caught? He gave away like, I don't know, 1600 net worth just from one kill, and IG Vitality was able to take a tier 2 off of it. So I think NewBee is still a very beatable team, but you just have to catch them making those mistakes and punish them for making those mistakes.
Yeah, which IG Vitality, as you said, did show the capability of punishment. The thing is that NewBee has been doing a very good job of keeping all of their important cores protected. It seems like not only are their strategies more clear, but their supports seem to have they have more goals in mind. Whereas IG Vitality's supports seem like, okay, well, we're gonna try to get something done in this lane. Like the Earth Spirit was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna come to some lanes and try to get some kills. It wasn't working out. Whereas all the NewBee rotations were working out so cleanly.
Yep. Now, one thing that I griped on is the Batrider not having really big impact in the previous games, and I think predominantly that's because of the quick NewBee responses. Silencer is going to put a stop to that. This is one of the age-old combo of professional Dota 2, and it's a great one, right? Batrider jumps in. Last game there was an Astro, and there goes that engagement. This time around, there's nothing. With the global on top, not even Nyx Assassin will be able to help his allies.
It's true, but the problem is that a Silencer on Global has a 2-minute cooldown, whereas Lasso only has like a 1.5-minute cooldown. And so if these two heroes aren't able to perfectly synchronize every single time they go for a kill, it's going to be tricky, especially in the late game, because late game Silencer's Global is not going to be nearly as reliable once heroes start getting things like Greaves, Lotus, BKB. It's mainly going to be, it's going to be having to get a significant early momentum.
Yep. And I believe IG Vitality can do that. Yes, the cooldowns don't match up particularly well, but honestly, IGV isn't that insanely high-tempo team that goes for ganks every other minute anyways, right? Like, they generally gank a little bit and then go back to farm and rinse and repeat. So, would not surprise me if IGV pick other heroes that have similarly longer cooldowns if need be. But we're gonna go back to the Earth Spirit again here for dogfights. Honestly, I think he made a decent performance in the last game. He had a couple of great team fights where he dished out an insane amount of damage, especially when they were already losing. So I think IGV has some decent things going for them right now. Even though they picked, like, so far out of the 3 heroes who were exactly the same as the last games.
Yeah, I think actually throughout all of these DPL games that we've been casting, it seems that team fight heroes just really aren't being chosen that much. Really, the closest thing we saw today was the Faceless Void pickup, but outside of that, like, team fight ults are the closest thing you get is like Luna Eclipse, and that's on a carry. But things like Magnus, I haven't seen any Magnuses, haven't seen any Tide Hunters. All these classic team fight ults are just not being prioritized during this tournament.
I think the only exception to the rule is the Darkseer. He's been selected quite a bit. But I think the Darkseer is more or less selected for its like really good laning and the fact that you get early mech.
Exactly.
and the vacuum wall is almost secondary to those other aspects. Another team
Same
fight
thing
hero.
with the Sand King.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the burrow strikes that they're picking it for, but well, we saw how good it was last game, right? NewBee feels really no need to make any drastic changes. But IGV is going to go with the Slark. That's a hero that could definitely give NewBee a little bit of fits, especially against that Rubik.
Yeah, it's a little less cooldown dependent as opposed to other carries like Luna. So, yeah, IG Vitality could have gone one of two ways. Like you said, they could have picked something that's also heavy cooldown that they're okay playing passively until all of their ults are up. Or they can do something like a balance of the two, where a Slark can kind of go hunting whenever he wants with Shadowblade, and then late game situations, siege situations, everything will be used.
Now, by selecting the Slark as the carry, IGV needs to pick up something that's a little bit more carry-oriented in the mid lane. So Sakata's really good puck, I think, is automatically out of the question. We really need to see something like OD or Shadow Fiend from the mid position. So if the Slark doesn't have a great early game, they just don't have any kind of plan B. I think Shadow Fiend could make a decent return. I think this is an okay Shadow Fiend game. OD is always decent. Although I prefer Shadow Fiend simply because he sieges towers, and so far one of the weaknesses of the IGV lineup is that they don't really have any good tower pushers.
Yeah, I actually like Shadow Fiend quite a bit as well. Especially because Sakata did a reasonably good job last game. He was able to get important items. It was just, unfortunately, the rest of his team was not able to keep up.
Okay, IGV definitely mulling over the last ban. What was SC playing? He played Queen one game and OD the other.
OD.
Yeah, but like I mentioned during the last draft, SC has such wide hero pool that it makes really little sense to try to ban him out, but I think IGV should ban in mind in terms of what they want to pick, and they don't want to give a terrible matchup on the other side. They take out the OD and immediately go back for the Shadow Fiend.
Okay, but this still leaves Queen of Pain on deck, which would also be a fine matchup against Shadow Fiend, most likely.
I think it's not that bad, actually, for the SF, because the Game 1 Queen domination was mostly due to the fact that she had a good matchup and she had Drow Aura. This time around, I think it's more even of a matchup, and I think, without the Drow Aura, I think Shadow Fiend actually might even have to lead there.
Yeah, also, I believe in Game 1 it was against that Phantom Assassin,
Oh, yeah.
so...
And he had
really,
Ogre coming
it was
around.
destined for failure. Yeah.
Ooh, Juggernaut mid, okay.
Juggernaut. Okay.
Interesting. I think they want a
I
hero
don't
that,
know which...
if they see the Bat Rider coming, you could spin, and sure, you get Lasso and you get Global, but you probably don't die during the duration of that Global, because spin is going to block so much of the damage output of IGV. So that might be the goal of having a kind of a durable mid hero that is not susceptible to the Bat Rider ganks that much, and definitely not susceptible to the Slut ganks.
Yeah, but I feel like some sort of more playmaker-oriented mid, like a Queen of Pain, would have been a little bit more useful at, like, being able to get more information around the map and being able to go for solo ganks as well, because I don't really think Juggernaut's going to be able to... Like, he's mainly going to be farming this game. I don't really think this is going to be, like, an early diffusal Juggernaut. It's probably going to be the same Helm build that we've been seeing, like, literally every single game, but after that, I think it's going to be more farm-oriented.
I wonder if he will still go the Helm, because Luna most likely will go the Helm as well. And I don't know if you want two on the same team, right? Because it does provide
That's
the aura.
True. Yeah.
So we might see like the more standard Yasha kind of Juggernaut, but we'll see. On to the point of whether you want a playmaker mid or not. I think the supports of NewBee have been making the plays, so I think it's still okay. Like for you to go a little bit greedy, and Kaka as well as Faith has been making some big plays, and so has KP, right? So I'm not too worried for them in that aspect.
Yeah, it's true. I've definitely been praising these NewBee supports in the first two games of this series. They always are managing to not only find farm, but they're just in the right place at the right time every time. And KP on this Nyx Assassin is definitely going to be in really good shape. And Sand King has been a famous menace throughout this entire tournament, and Rubik has been, as you said, seems to be a somewhat counterpick to Sand King, but NewBee has been just liking the combo with these two heroes put together.
There's just no good spells that Rubik can steal this game, right?
Not really.
Or rather, there's no good spell that he should be able to steal. Like, he's not going to be able to get Global, he shouldn't be able to get Requiem.
No.
And Earth Spirit spells are terrible to steal, so...
Away we go.
IG Vitality walking up the hill here, and Super gets lifted immediately. Unan's gonna take the root, he's gonna TP out. Burrow Strike is right there. That was a very low percentage play, especially the fact that they had a ward here. They saw what they were walking up the hill against.
Yeah, I don't know why you would ever challenge a Rune as a Silencer and a Slark to begin with, and then when it's a Silencer and a Slark against a Rubik and a Luna, that's just poor decision making.
Yep, and it looks like they're gonna just give up the
but
top
they
lane.
smoke up. They smoke up right underneath this ward though, so
Okay.
at least they'll catch this rotation, hopefully mid.
Not sure if they were watching. And Dogfight just uses Row, and now he's like kind of walking away. This could be... It's definitely not a gank that they're expecting. Sakata is playing as if he is expecting it. Dogfight's close to the left side, drops Sentry, and does break the smoke on Kaka, but he should be fine now.
And Sakata's still in the river. Okay, now he gets out.
Yeah. So this is a full-on jungling Batrider now, because the top lane has been abandoned completely. He's just almost playing like a support at this point. Which, I mean, I guess that's okay.
He's got boots first, so he can definitely irritate KP a little bit. Although, since this high passive regen of Nyx Assassin and a 4 Poor Man's Shield completed, it's really difficult to bully this Nyx out.
Yeah, Silencer is probably one of the best supports to bully a Nyx out because of the glaives. But if he turns on you and goes on you, you probably die as well, so... Meanwhile, back in the mid lane, Sakata is about to get solo kill. SE salving and staying alive because salve does not get cancelled by tower. He for whatever reason turns back to Super and dies. But
I don't know why he turned. That must have been pathing.
Yeah,
or he must have like clicked his minimap or something.
But that was a great solo. You just don't expect Shadow Fiend to get solo kill like that, but I guess you do, right? Because Juggernaut with that spin early on.
Yeah, as soon as he got level 2 Blade Fury, he went in. You can see this. He just hit level 3 and gets a fat crit on Sakata as well.
Yeah, the big thing is that SC has went for the boots build, and Sakata, well, has no boots. And that's why he's able to get up on him that easily.
And Blade Fury's up again. SCCC?
Dude, look at this lane control by a melee hero. Just like walking up, saying what's up.
0 points in healing ward though, and he's chewed through his last shared tango, so SCCC is kind of going to be hurting for regen if Shadow Fiend continues, which Shadow Fiend has his bottle? No, he went for boots before the bottle. That's a wise choice.
Yep. Kaka's going to rotate around. This could be a dead Shadow Fiend. Burrow Strike applies the Cosmic Finale. No body block here, and kind of a little bit of miscommunication by the NewBee players. I think SC should have rushed forward a little bit faster, but no harm, no foul.
And Shrine now being activated by Shadow Fiend, so he's just going to recover from that. Still a long ways away from his bottle though, but I guess as long as he can survive, that'll do just fine.
Yep, but here comes Kaka again. I mean, even though these ganks are not working, it might work here as he breaks through the trees. Burrow Strike will definitely hit. SC is very far away though. Again, Cossack being applied. Again, the tower dive this. Sakata trying to juke, but there's really nowhere to juke. He kills the Healing Ward, but that's going to be a very easy one.
Yeah, Sakata, he's not really like this ward that he has. It sees like up to here, which is you'd think enough vision to catch a Sand King walking in, because the Sand King, he does have boots and windlace, but I mean you have boots as a Shadow Fiend, you should be able to walk uphill fast enough.
Top lane, tower dive, trading a kill there. Injuly did get the kill first, so I guess that's worth.
How did the...
Yo, how many times are you gonna try this mid? Burrow Strike, this one's gonna land. I think it was blind, but regardless, SC now will spin on Sakata, and another one.
Another one. He got the raises off though, and so he gets the kill on Kaka afterwards, but he doesn't get the experience from it because he died first.
Okay. By the way, KP has already invis up just in case that gank would not have worked.
Oh no, never mind. I
No,
thought this guy
he
was
doesn't have
Vendetta.
Vendetta yet. Yeah,
Okay.
we're 430, guys. We're 430. Although there's some jungle patterns that takes you like close to level 6 at this point in the game already.
As a Nyx assassin?
No, as just like other heroes,
Yeah, okay.
like an Axe or Enigma or something.
And poor Sakata, not only does he keep dying, but he keeps having to fight for souls every time he comes back in. SCCC actually has gone for a bottle, so it hasn't gone for any early phase boosts or anything, but... I mean,
Ooh,
he's
just
still getting
Omni
levels,
Slash straight
level
up?
6!
Okay. He is getting absolutely dumpstered on in the mid lane. This lane is
Yes.
over.
This lane is over.
And in the previous 2 games, Sakata is kind of the rock of the team, right? Like, he is the one that you could always rely on in terms of having a decent game and kind of carry you back, or at least give you the hope to carry you back. What now? There's a level, almost a level 7 Juggernaut to a level 4 Shadow Fiend.
Oh my god, he is level 4, isn't he?
Yeah.
And unlike classic Shadow Fiend, who back in his heyday used to very easily recover with some jungle stacks, it's not the case anymore. He does not have very much insurance in these neutral camps at all.
Oh, face forward. 1 crit and a spin. Sakata's gonna die again. His team is just giving him absolutely no support. He's gonna try to juke around the trees, but not gonna be enough here. Super comes in, but I think SC will be fine. He still has a Salve. Dropping low, he pops a Salve. He will get a DD. He will pop the DD, get some HP back, and pops a healing ward as well, but the big glaive. Super comes in. I mean, that's what I call a Pyrrhic victory, because, yeah, sure, you get +2 in, but damn, look at your Shadow Fiend.
Look at your Shadow Fiend, but maybe it's time to make Super the carry. He gets 540 gold for killing that 4x kill streak Juggernaut. I mean, he's making rotations, but yeah, like you said, you really don't want to have to be in this situation to begin with.
Oh man, I'm gonna just quickly go over to net worth. Shadow Fiend has actually less net worth than our Silencer. Okay.
Imagine that.
Alright, let's see what this player is made of. Like, if he could somehow still come back in this position and not tilt, then this is the core player you want to have on your team. But this is
If there was ever a time to not tilt, it's this elimination game for sure.
Oh, guess what? There's another gang coming your way.
And bot lane, Kaka is getting gone in by the Slark. Has a point in Sandstorm though, so he doesn't need to be too concerned.
Shadow Fiend,
And
one
top
camp.
lane,
Okay, Eclipse has already
Eclipse
been
being
used.
used.
Global
silence.
coming out, but looks like Bad Rider will be fine. Dogfights moving forward. Not gonna get anything done, so trading 2 long cooldown ults. But here comes KP. He rolls away.
Mid lane, got a TP by dogfights. You can't really expect to kill a Blade Fury Juggernaut though, and Omni Slash is up again.
I mean, it doesn't really even seem like he needs Omni Slash for the kills, but it definitely makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of curious as to what talent he's going to go at level 10, because if he's going to keep diving like this, then the 150 HP might actually be better if he's just going Blade Fury kills. Top lane, they're pushing the tower, KP goes into Vendetta. Angelai wants something, he has Lasso, but it's not easy to catch up.
And this we'll see that there is a ward being placed. Okay, good snipe there. Back in the mid lane, SC has an Invis rune. That is a kill.
Oh my god. And here I was saying that, oh, we should give SCCC a playmaker mid, not something like a Juggernaut where he's not going to do anything.
I will say that he's making some plays right now.
Yeah, maybe.
No, maybe it was on LGD, and he was making no plays. No, maybe it actually
Blade
was.
Fury up again?
No, I mean, like, even though he doesn't get the kill,
Any place?
like, Shadow Fiend just can't farm. Like, this is not his lane anymore. Back to the jungle you go. Like, what do you do in this situation? It's just
You
such a
eat
big deficit.
You eat Clarities, and you jungle.
Okay. He could even go back to the base and shrine up. After 2 jungle
true.
camps, shrine up. Come back out.
Oh, he's already been shrining. All three of these shrines have been used already.
Dude, this is like Struck City right now for Shadow Fiend. How often do you see a mid using all 3 shrines as well as, you know, the shrines on the map?
Yep.
And still has net worth than like the support on his team or something.
He does have his bottle now. He has 2 clarities just in case he needs to
Oh
go
my
back.
God.
Right now there's a big pincer going on Sakata though.
Dude, this is like the ultimate feels bad. Sakata says, why me?
Fine.
Alright, well, in July is gonna tank one for the team.
In July. What a team player.
Yeah.
Tilting involves all 5 players, you know? You can't just let one person take the brunt of it. It's a team effort.
Do you think SC will all chat easy mid after this game?
I wish.
I don't think he will, but he'll probably think about it a little bit.
We have a dominated Frost Ogre, which is giving 8 armor. I told you it was 8 armor. You didn't believe me.
Man, that's
8
kind
armor.
of strong.
It's kind of strong. It's really strong, especially against a Shadow Fiend that does no damage, gets lifted up.
Okay, Lasso's gonna be there. They pop the global as well. Does Sakata have ult? Of course not, but they did get the kill regardless. That's all they get, but still. That is a core kill on the Luna, and checking on the fight recap. It's like about 1,000 net worth swing. Not bad.
Yeah, it's gonna help, especially because this was a Luna that was its #1 net worth. Stun on Takaka does not connect. Burrow Strike aggressively doesn't hit anything.
Oh, that's gonna be a
Taka,
kill. All
you're
right.
crazy for this one.
That's
All right.
another +2 here on Silencer. Tier 1's being sieged by all 5 players. That's gonna be a tower. I say that though, but here comes KP. Do they have detection? Yes, they do. Impale is gonna only hit on Bat Rider. Omni Slash with a double damage. Alright, there goes the push. And of course, SC is right back where he left off, just killing people. Nope, he's gonna choose the damage talent, man. Just 1 more damage.
That's okay. I'm okay with that. 3-man shrine usage for IGV, and Sakata's getting back into this game a little bit.
Yep.
It's slow, but it's steady.
He's not at the bottom half of the net worth chart anymore.
Yeah. Although SCCC looks like he's going to be able to push this bot tier 1 uncontested.
Okay. Shadowblade at mid. And one thing that, like, Paparazzi could just carry the team back, right? If you just find, like, maybe 3 to 4 pickoffs, and then ideally they get objectives on some of those pickoffs, they have a shot.
Yeah, and this is what we were talking about in the draft as well. While Bad Rider and the Silencer are kind of cooldown dependent, Slark is pretty cooldown independent, as is the Earth Spirit. So maybe this is kind of what their backup plan was to begin with. If the other lanes go poorly, at least Slark will probably get uncontested farm, and he'll be able to make space for the rest of the team.
Yep, Shadow Fiend. Haste Rune in his bottle, so hopefully would not die to spin at the very least.
Oof, and their mid tower gets denied, so don't even get that gold.
Yeah, it is unfortunate that it gets denied, but that's actually pretty good for a Slark, because now he gets much easier access into the enemy jungle.
Which is why I see the sentry ward placed immediately after the tower goes down, so they'll be cognizant of some rotations. There's no observer to back it up, but since the creep waves will probably be crawling around.
Yeah, I was watching IGV, they just double smoked.
And was it under this ward?
No, they...
Okay.
Or at least I don't think it was. Maybe 1 or 2 here was, but I don't think NewBee is reacting. Or maybe they are. Look at the rest of NewBee. They're just in their base. Yeah.
Yeah, and Kaka's TPing. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He's out.
Trouble brewing at Radiant's bottom tower.
Meanwhile, tier 2 bottom's already being pushed in.
Yeah, so this is a very obvious smoke. No one's farming this, and they know Shadow Fiend wants to farm whatever he can find. However, KP spots out super counter-warding this observer. He's not going to go for it.
KP is actually, like, even though he doesn't seem like he's doing much, he's providing so much vision and information for the team.
And beyond that, like, this is what you do as an Nyx assassin. You stay off the map. Because it doesn't matter what you're doing. Even if you're doing just sitting in the fountain, the enemy team is very stressed out, especially if they're this far down.
Yep. Here comes the push. Sentry wards are down, and Paparazzi thinks about going in. Eclipse is available, but so is the Batrider. Oh, and Global. Global's gonna come out, Magnetize. No! The Spike first! Dogfights cannot get off a good Magnetize. He finally gets off the Magnetize, but the Eclipse just melts him. Sakata on the back line gets a Requiem off, but it gets stolen! And now the Requiem goes the other direction. That was a death Requiem. In July, trying to do what he can, but he gets spiked, and now 4 heroes surrounding him. He will go down. They had the built-in I win teamfight draft, but KP was able to spike the Earth Spirit, and that threw his mojo off or something. He could not get off a great combo. Had there been a good Magnetize, I think they win that teamfight.
Yeah, I think so. And initially, when I was looking at KP's skill build, I was like, oh, I'm kind of surprised that he didn't go for more points in mana burn so that he could just bully the Silencer all day. But the max carapace is what really combo broke this Earth Spirit, and KP might actually go for something. Nah, he can't deal enough damage to this dogfights.
I think if there is a, if you're trying to use your Nyx Assassin to counterpick a Batrider, I think generally maxing the stun is the way to go, because, well,
true.
You just stand under the fire and stun him.
Yeah, and we can see here how much of an effect it has on Earth Spirit as well.
Yeah. Yeah, Earth Spirit is definitely stunning himself every single fight, because he is throwing out AoE for days. Well, Sakata has Dragonlance now.
Could help, although Juggernaut is working on the Manta first, which is what we were hoping for. Did not want a second Helm on his team, as Luna has been taking a tour of every single creep. Had the Wildkin, had the Frost Mage, had a Mud Golem, and now has a Purge creep.
Although I think maybe instead of finishing the full Manta style, the Diffusal Blade might be a little bit better, because I feel like they are in a very much so a winning position, and Diffusal Blade might actually help them pick up a couple more extra kills. But
I would like it if you could still self-diffuse, because if you could get off Global, then
for sure,
it would be great.
Oh yeah, I guess for Manta, Manta
will... Exactly. Manta will be a little bit more important for the Purge.
Yeah. Oh look, it's #1 wingman, Satyr Banisher.
He's the best.
Until Alpha Wolf comes around.
Yeah. Although we were just singing the praises of Purge, and if this Luna can purge off Global Silence, yo, that's a turnaround fight.
I'm pretty sure that's actually the reason that he's getting it, but of course...
That's why I'm surprised that he didn't get it earlier. He's been taking all these other dumb creeps.
Hey, other dumb creeps have feelings too. Huh, one thing I haven't noticed till now is KP just has a bottle. Just his own bottle. Interesting.
He has a Blink Dagger?
Yep.
Wait, what do you mean he just has a bottle?
I mean, I don't generally see offlane Nyx buying bottles, right? You just see Arcane Boots. He has Power Treads and Bottle.
True.
It's just not...
That's a good point.
Not something you see too often. No. Sentry Ward will see the rotation in, but no, maybe not. They were smoked up. Sakata, ooh, he will die again.
He's dead.
Yeah. Ooh, that's not a good global.
Nope.
Somebody's on a roll.
Super wisely puts out a curse, though, to make sure that Rubik can't steal it, but that's still not the global.
Unfortunately for IGV, Paparazzi has also not really been able to find too much of anything. He's 0-0-2, and that's not because he's not looking for kills. Just couldn't find any like straggling supports.
Because they're not straggling. All three of these newbie, I guess the 3, 4, and 5 positions have been sticking around with each other. Like, even though KP is kind of doing his own thing most of the time, he doesn't stay away from the flock for long.
Yep.
And if he is independent, then Kaka and Faith are hugging UU9 the entire time. And, I mean, what's a Slark to do in a position like this?
Oh, you better find an answer damn fast, because here comes the tier 2 push. Global has been expended, so I don't think this is going to be an easy hold regardless.
Here comes Shadowfan with a whopping 18 souls.
Eh, good race. There you go.
20 souls. 21 souls.
You're currently watching Counting with Tsunami, based on the red number that is over here.
Dealing with numbers.
Yeah. So very similar to game 1 and game 2, NewBee takes down all the outer tower. Don't even think about high ground for a bit. Just will take down a shrine and whatever, and then go.
See, part of the reason why I kind of liked the Slark pick was because I thought it was something that could throw NewBee off balance. Because all of like I was saying in the drafting phrase, all of IGV's drafts didn't have a clear objective in mind. This one, I can kind of see that they were trying to go for a little bit of cooldown-oriented stuff and a little bit of gank-oriented stuff. Just doesn't seem to work, though.
Yep. Global back up, but now there are multiple ways on the team to actually break that global. Manta on both the cores, and here we go. Global's gonna fly out. No spike actually necessary. No, he actually spikes 2 heroes! KP, why is he so good? U9's gonna Manta and walks back out, and Magnetize does come out, but I'm not sure if it's gonna be enough. And here comes the Eclipse, doing a ton of damage in the other direction. Slark dies. Did not have BAB. Meanwhile, Kaka Burrow strikes the Bat Rider. Super trying to do what he can in terms of outputting some damage. Maybe U9 will actually die. Okay, he loses Aegis. Blinks forward in July, trying to do some work. Again, he gets spiked. Impaled. That's a 3-man Ravage. Burrow strikes to follow up by Kaka, and it's going to be going the other direction. NewBee wins a decisive team fight right next to the melee Raxes, and they still got Luna full HP thanks to the Aegis. And that is going to be a set of Rax.
That was such good reaction by everyone.
Yeah.
Good game. Do I even need to say anything?
Right. I don't think I've seen a better Nyx performance, at least in team fights, in a long time like that.
That was exceptional. He blinked in literally the millisecond before Global came out, in between the lasso. It was so fast of a reaction. Granted, even if it was a successful lasso, even if they did pull the Luna back, even if they did kill her and get through the Aegis, the game was pretty far gone.
Yeah, but I mean, it's why give him that chance, right? Why give him that avenue of comeback? KP says no, and that was it. So unfortunately, DPL Season 2 ends with a 3-0 stomp in the Grand Final. Congratulations to Team NewBee. They take home 240k, and IGV a little bit less than half of that, but well, still congratulations to them as well for making it this far. Thank you guys for reviewing. It is the last broadcast here at DPL. Happy New Year's! Year of the Cock is coming up next. Should be a very exciting one. You can find Tsunami at Tsunami643. Is that right? That's right.
That is correct.
Any final words before we close the stream?
I gotta say I was a little bit underwhelmed having followed the journey all the way through quarterfinals to finals, but I think that's just a testament to how far a cut above NewBee is right now, above these other Chinese teams. This was just all 3 games were stomps. None of them were close whatsoever, and I am looking forward to all 5 of these players, sticking together as a roster. Has that been confirmed yet or no?
If they were changing roster, I have not got a win of it, so I imagine they're sticking together.
I hope so, because things went very, very well. So congratulations to them, and I hope the year of the cock is kind to them.
All right, that's gonna do it for me as well. You can find me at Luminous Inverse. I guess my New Year resolution it would be to do a little bit more streaming personally. So maybe you could follow that on Twitch TV/Luminous Inverse. And I think that is it. I don't know of the DPL Season 3. I mean, technically it's gonna come up, but I don't know when it will be up. So don't know when I will see you guys next, but when I see you. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye bye. Thanks for watching.
Thanks
Hope you
for
guys enjoyed.
watching.